But guys, this is where I go back and make sure, see how the meal's coming along. I'm getting the thumbs up, guys. That's stage talk for we're good to go. All right, so please welcome to the stage, Mr. COVID Haydn-Jones and Mr. Adam Fergus. Hello.
Hold it.
Oh boy. Uh-oh.
I'm so sorry to be the bearer of bad news, guys, but...
Adam Fergus, what's going on?
Unfortunately, I'm here in my military garb because we've had a bit of an emergency situation.
Oh, crap.
And David Haydn-Jones cannot make it this weekend.
What?
No, he can't be here, unfortunately. But we have found a suitable replacement. Can everyone give a warm welcome for the first time, Mr. COVID Haydn-Jones?
Jones.
Thank you.
Wow,
it's good to be back.
How do we know this is actually David Haydn-Jones?
No, it's his long-lost cousin.
Safety first.
Safety first.
That's what he said. This is...
I'll translate.
Luke, I am your father.
Luke, I am your father. I knew Canadians were nervous, but like this is taking it. Excuse me?
Oh my gosh, I'm asphyxiating myself. Okay.
He's asphyxiating himself. I don't know what that means, but. Oh, it is him! It is him!
It is. It's really him.
It's both all over my eyes. David, you look fantastic.
Thank you.
What's with the suit? Is something going on?
Apparently I was told, safety first.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I'm rebranding myself this weekend, as he said, to COVID Haydn-Jones.
That's right.
So I'll be signing.
Great.
So there's a memento for everybody.
That's great.
Bottle of Corona for everyone in the audience.
It might be hard to sign with these things. Pretty thick.
Listen, I'll get through it.
All right, good luck, guys.
Next band,
Be safe.
Let's have a little round of applause for the band who they really put it in this weekend. They got a 4-day con. But it's great to be back. 2020.
Oh my goodness!
Holy moly, I've
Time
missed
with the cousins.
When was our last con? No, Burbank?
Burbank,
yeah.
really?
It was November, wasn't it?
Amazing.
Wow, it seems like... October, thank you. They all just roll in together for me. But you really do miss them when you're away, right?
I love it. I love being back with the cousins. How y'all doing? How's it been going so far? At this touch-free, hug-free event.
How did it go yesterday? With who was it? Osric and Gil and DJ? Did it work out okay? Yeah? It was all right. You didn't get the hugs you were wanting, but it was,
As I said, I think it's going to spur creativity. Case in point. Although, you do these choices and you don't think of the other 40 minutes you're going to be on stage. That's really, it's fun.
You can take them off, man. I don't think anyone's going to complain.
I can't take it off. Listen, maybe in mid-set, you can take it off me. Because by the way,
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm already starting to schwitz already. I'm like, it's like a tropical jungle down here already.
Already? Yeah, already it is. I don't know what it's like now. It's like a rainforest.
You would know.
There. Yeah.
There are people who have forgotten the war is over down there right now. Lying in wait.
Do you manscape or?
Come on.
Like a little trim never hurt anybody, Oh, wow.
I can make a trim joke. Whoa!
So,
tell you what.
There is a method to my madness for taking off that shirt. This is a great shirt, everybody. This is a shirt by my friend Dawn Porter, who it's anyone who doesn't know the charity, it's for chooselove.org. It's a charity to help refugees all around the world. And I just think, as a t-shirt, it sends the right message, right? In this day and age, in this shithole world we're living in, everyone, just be nice. And this is why I miss you guys so much, is because we get to come here and we get to just feel all the love. I think we all do. You guys with each other and us with you, and it's a great break from this world that we're currently residing in of a lot of hate and a lot of anger. And I think if I get up in the morning and look at that T-shirt in the mirror, it just really reminds me of what's most important in life, you know?
I've said it many times before, these gatherings have meant so much to me in my faith in humanity and actual human communion, which is so nice in this
for an atheist, that's pretty good.
Digital world, and you know, bad news and bad media all the time, and crazy social media stuff. To actually come here and show up and be kind and be loving and supportive and be fans of this amazing thing, it's a pretty special thing we get to do, so we thank you again. So starting 2020 off very well. The other thing I wanted to show y'all, because I think there's an opportunity for those of you coming for photo ops, and let's be honest, who doesn't want this? I might even let you. No, you can't wear it. I was like, no, you and I can swap fluids, but we just not with the.
What was that?
I don't even want to know what that heckle was. I don't even want to know what that heckle was. Moving on. But like, do you remember in acting class? So what I was saying is, like, let's get creative with photo ops since we can't touch. But like, there was this thing in drama school. Do you remember it?
Tantric sex.
I was not going to say that, but now that you mention it,
It's that kind of thing, though.
yeah, no, yeah. But you remember, like, it was like the. No touching. No touching.
There's a hole already. You're breaching. He's done it again, folks. I guess the photo ops are over.
I guess photo ops are. No, we will find duct tape. It can be repaired with duct tape. Just a nice big duct tape X, which will be appropriate for other reasons. Oh my Lord. All right.
Look at those pins, everybody.
Woo! All right. It shall be repaired.
Wow. Woo! It's a usual spicy start to a
I
panel.
was like, Vegas 2020, baby! Woo!
Should we take a question?
I think we should take questions because we're left to our own devices.
Yeah, well, God knows where we'll go with
My
this.
shorts will be off in 5 minutes.
Everybody sit down. Let's get this going. Anyway. Over here. Over yonder. Go get it.
Hi, David.
Hi.
Hi.
My question is, if you can ask any fan a specific question, what would it be?
Sorry, what was that? If you could ask any fan a specific question, what would it be?
Any fan, a specific question, what would it be?
Specific.
A suspicious question. Why are you here? What is your purpose?
I've never had that question before. That's a specific question. What would it be?
Well, but here's
Any
the thing.
fan.
Any fan.
Trying to think
That means I have to pick a specific fan. Which then means Steph. Is there a Steph Puddles? Steph Puddles, why is your nickname Puddles? A little personal.
I like it. What?
Just general heckling.
Happy birthday to you. We won't bore you with the whole
Happy
song.
birthday, Steph.
What would I ask? I don't know. You stumped me with that one.
Well, here's the thing. Every person is unique. So every fan I meet, like especially in private meet and greets and at dinner, like I'm fascinated and interested in people's stories. So a specific question to a specific fan is infinite, right? Because it's always getting to know the individual in front of me.
A question I would ask a specific fan, or any fan, would be, what the hell are you going to do when this all ends?
Too soon. Hashtag too soon.
Bad Adam.
I think deserves a boo. Talk about it. All good things come to an end. I hope that this doesn't, but okay, here's a better one. What will you do when the show ends? What's going to be your next Supernatural? Are you going to have to? Are you going to feel like you're going to cheat on Supernatural by going to a different show? Watch it again.
Yeah, well, that's a nice thing. Binge
There you
watch
go.
it from the beginning.
Asked and answered. Thank you.
Or Legacies.
Legacies. I just auditioned for Legacies the other day.
Sorry, I got one guy clapping. Yeah, Legacies.
Michael can kick all y'all asses. Go down.
All right.
I haven't seen it. Is it good?
It's awesome.
Oh, cool.
It feels like very much in the compendium wheelhouse of people
I,
who like this show.
I auditioned for it the other day for this super raw. It's amazing. I can't tell you because it's like, but it's Puck.
Yeah, I was there too.
Did you just say it into the microphone?
Yeah, you did.
Is Wolverine gonna be on too?
Wolverine.
No, Wolverine. He said Wolverine.
That's right. No, I said nothing. I know nothing. I said nothing.
Hi. By the way, that was David Haydn-Jones. You can find him on @David Haydn-Jones on social media. Hashtag. Hi, how's it going?
Hi, my name's Soraya.
Your name's Soraya.
Soraya.
Lovely name, Soraya.
Thank you. So my question is, so I've seen like a lot of interviews with like Jensen and Jared, and Jensen has said. So Jensen has said about I'm so sorry.
That's okay, take your time.
Okay, so both of you, so like.
It's okay, take your time, take your time.
Sorry,
We just make out.
Okay, so sorry.
I feel your aura. It's such a strong. Sorry, go on.
So I'm David. This is Adam.
Yeah, I know. I'm so sorry. I was trying.
No worries.
No,
it's okay.
So, like Arthur Ketch, when you do your British accent, Jared, Jensen has said that even Offset, like around the, like going to get lunch or something, that you still in character, you still talk in that accent. So how is it? Like how do you do different accents, or both of you? How do you do different accents on the show? And how
Good question. And just to follow up on that, like no one knew that David was actually Canadian until we came to our first con in Birmingham. I think it was in Blackpool when he started speaking like this weirdo. And we were like, wait. And I think it's
Call it the long con.
the long way.
Hey, well, but to your point, we've talked about this a lot. For me, for the first season I did it. At the second season I didn't. It was about belief, and it's about the musculature, because I knew for myself an accent is really just repetitive exercises of the jaw, mouth, and tongue, right? And so we have this very habituated way of talking. All of us have an accent, right? And so I wanted to make sure that I could protect, especially for TV where you don't get a lot of ADR and you don't get a vocal coach. My game with myself is, obviously I wasn't acting like Ketch. I was Dave. I wasn't like pretending to be Ketch in between, but I was staying
Going around shooting people.
Yeah, that's right. There was a lot of murder.
He wasn't going around shooting people in the back of the head.
A lot of side murder on set. But staying in accent helped him just kind of habituate in me, if that makes sense. And then I never wanted to hear, and still there's a few moments where I look back at the episodes and go, no. But in general, I feel like I was able to sort of really not think about the voice and just focus on the acting and have that sort of in my viscera. Because that's the other thing, when you speak in a very posh received pronunciation, it kind of changes you physically as well.
Oh, completely, yeah.
So I wanted that sort of old school, like David Lean, World War II kind of posh British officer to kind of be habituated. And same with you.
And the thing is about accents, like, Sean Connery never did an accent in his life. Michael Caine famously said, accent will take 50% of my concentration. And I can't have 100% of my concentration on the acting. And if it takes from the acting at all, we've all watched movies and stuff when the accent is really bad. And you're like, oh my God. Especially if you're from a specific place like me. And like, I love Tom Cruise, by the way. I know not everyone does, but his accent in Far and Away nearly made me sick.
And the Americans who complain most of all is like Southeast from Boston.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyone from Boston here? Yeah.
And like even
you hate it when people do a bad.
Even their own one. Even Mark Wahlberg was criticised for being padded.
Yeah, Mark was.
But interesting. It's a great question because interestingly, as David was saying, if you What my process is, I will learn it in my own accent. If I have an audition or a scene to do in a TV show, I'll do it and get it in there in my own accent and get a feel of it, and then I'll layer on the accent on top of that. Because I think if you, as David was saying, it kind of changes you physically if you do an accent, and so that kind of restricts you down one path. You know what I mean? You can be like, oh, this is the only way I can say this now, and it doesn't give you the freedom of or the naturalness that you'd like to bring to a character or to any given.
And that's so interesting that you said that, because, and both I think are valid, but I wanted that restriction on me. Yeah. Because in a way, I think Ketch's received pronunciation was something that was beaten into him since he was a young boy. So in fact, you know, I think the way he was taught at Kendrick's in that very old school, posh British manner was a restriction in itself. I've talked about that, the accent, because we had talked about it, Richard Spate and I had talked about it when Alexander Ketch, and we brought Andrew Dabb into the thing. We kind of wanted maybe the idea that Ketch, now that he was on the run and back, was actually speaking in sort of an East End Cockney accent. That was his real accent, and the mask of the RP was something. And we got right up to the thing where, you know that moment in Inglourious Basterds where he goes,
Fassbender.
Yeah, that Fassbender goes, well, if I'm going to go out, I'm going to go the Queen's English.
Speaking the Queen.
Yeah, so we were thinking of having that moment where Alexander goes back into his received pronunciation when he's about to die after he comes back. But anyways,
and that's a great note, because like that, Fassbender is an incredible actor, but he's Irish. Yeah. And his dad is German, and so like he's speaking in fluent German like he can, and then just switches immediately into the Queen's English, and it's a phenomenal movie in my opinion, but it's a great performance. Thanks for your question.
Thanks for your question.
Cheers.
Great one.
Good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Hi.
Hi. What's your name?
Emma.
Emma. Hi, Emma.
I was wondering where you managed to get a hazmat suit.
Everybody, JC, the legend, JC.
Well, it was amazing how much you put that out into the Twitter universe and be like, anyone bringing a hazmat suit? I had like 2,700 offers by the morning, which was entirely too much. But my beautiful assistant and handler and the person who is watching me not touch my face all day, she's kicking me under the table, folks, if she sees me touching my face. So she was so nice. She Home Depot? You know, technically it's a painter's thing, but we're not going to talk. Good rubber gloves, but
was a painter's thing.
It was. Do you have duct tape too? Can we find duct tape? We'll patch that all. We'll patch it all up for the photos.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so that's where he got it. Thanks to JC.
And Amazon, I think, carries full ones as well. Is that Emma Fishy, by the way? Hey, what's up, cuz? Hi. What's your name?
Hi, my name's Alyssa.
Hi, Alyssa.
Hello. So, during the holidays, the only channel on in our house is the Hallmark channel. Yes. So...
Same with Adam.
Yeah. So, I was wondering, what would a Hallmark movie look like starring Mick and Ketch?
Oh, yes.
Another great...
Do we fall in love?
Hold on a second, David. This is incredible. We've had some great questions already today.
Amazing.
Like, really,
They're so
quality
good.
questions. Dave... What would we do?
Well, first of all, they have to start off hating each other.
Yes.
Right? And Ketch is moving out to the country because assassinating people's too stressful. And lovely Mick has retired, and he has a delightful little inn.
He's writing a book.
Yeah. No, like a B&B.
Yeah. He's got a B&B.
He's writing this book, and he's got a...
Was he... Okay, here they go. Years ago, they had this massive falling out where Ketch tried to kill him, you know? But miraculously, he survived.
Well, you know, hell was open, and you've respawned.
And then Mick retires because he was never really into the killing and the hunting business. He was an academic. And
you're already on your way.
I'm on my third novel, running my own B&B in the Cotswolds in Middle England.
Next
thing, who walks through my door?
You put it in the old country.
The old country. And who walks through my door? Only Arthur Ketch.
Hello.
As I live and breathe. Hello. Arthur, how are you, mate? I know, look, we didn't finish in good terms, but you're forgiven. All is forgiven. Penthouse suite. Up the stairs, to your right, last door on the left.
As I live and breathe, you are a good egg.
No touching, no touching.
Oh yes, that's fine. Give me an ass smooch.
And then they go on this
I'll
incredible...
fill your stocking later.
And then they go on this incredible adventure, like into the moors to fight some bad guys. They're drafted back into the cause. Because do you know that episode of Sherlock when they go into the Hounds of the Baskervilles episode? Do you know that episode?
Yeah.
Something like that, you know? Except you could be Sherlock.
Oh, and then they go on a hunt for Krampus.
Okay, yeah, it has to be Christmassy. It has to be Christmassy.
Well, Christmas action, and it's a very merry Catchmas.
A very Mickey Catchmas.
A very Mickey Catchmas.
A very Mickey Catchmas.
A very Mickey Catchmas.
Let's bring
it. Shoot it. Let's go. How do we get funding?
We should workshop all our ideas on stage.
Yes,
and then maybe it's one of the reindeer has gone bananas. You know, has eaten the wrong kind of hay.
That's for the
wrong
sequel.
kind of hay.
Oh yeah, a really high reindeer.
Tripped off his balls, like it's Rudolph has got a blue nose and he's like, fucking crazy.
Look, Rudolph, man, your nose is blue.
Dude, what's
your nose turned blue?
Oh my God, man, did you eat that hay? No, dude.
Don't even look at Donder right now. He's tripping out. He's in his head. Just let it half an hour. He'll be back.
As for Vixen, get off her.
Whoa.
Get off, dancer.
Whoa.
Off, dancer.
Whoa.
No.
All right.
Anyways, we'll just keep going. Let's just rein it in.
We should stop.
Let's just rein it in.
A very Mickey Christmas.
Very Mickey Catchmas.
Very Mickey Catchmas.
Hello, how are you?
Morning, guys.
Hello.
Oh, hello.
It's one of the trio from the UK.
Yeah,
Is that right, Kaz?
it is.
Hello, Kaza.
All right, Kaz, how's it
See,
going?
I'm remembering all the cousins' name now. I'm getting good at this.
Okay, shoot.
Right, before I ask a question, can I just thank Adam for the recommendation of Old Town? We were down there last night.
Oh, were you?
Amazing, yeah.
It's a good spot, isn't it?
It is, yeah. That
It's like-
zip line is fantastic.
Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, it's really cool. Some nice bars. It's not like Vegas. It's cool.
Yeah.
Glad you had fun.
Right, and my question is, we are big fans of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, the musical. And if you were going to cast it using SPN actors, who would play who?
For my sins, I don't know it that well. So, but I'm definitely going to put myself in it.
Well, no, this is actually better because I don't know the names of the characters that well. I've seen it 3 times, but it's been a while. Who's the cross-dresser? What the
Frankenfurter.
Catch?
Yeah.
Catch is Frankenfurter?
Oh, actually,
I could totally get behind that.
Kaz, who would you cast?
Jared.
Well, Frankenfurter would probably be Mark Pellegrino or David.
Okay.
Well, hasn't he done a piece from Rocky Horror at SNS? Yeah, so maybe it should go to Mark.
Yeah, he did it on karaoke.
Yeah, I'll play Spear Carrier number 1.
Who would I play?
My first role in.
Would I get in?
You could
I
be
don't know, I
Brad.
couldn't think of a role for you, but probably a drunken...
I am quite unique, I know.
Adam,
Yes.
you'd have your own unique one.
I'll have the spin-off.
A drunken Irishman who likes double fisting.
Double fisting means something different over here in America. Just go to AO3, okay, and then you'll. This is a positive crowd.
Listen,
It's a positive, loving crowd.
like Jesus. I never get that image of what it might mean in my head when I first heard it. I was like,
Well, didn't you?
how would that even work?
Don't you have a great
For
story?
a dude, I mean.
Don't you have a great story about saying double fisting somewhere?
Birmingham.
Yeah, it was like, it was like,
Not that great story. The other great story.
I can't quite think of it. No, it was, I was in a bar in Canada, and I was with all my producers, and this one of them said, "Double fisting, man, nice." I was like, "What? Excuse me? This is Canada. You're not allowed to say shit like that in Canada." And it was explained to me. Yeah, it's happened to me a few times. But
Moving on. To another question. Hey. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, what's your name?
Elena.
Elena.
Hi, Elena.
Hi. So you guys have obviously known each other for quite some time. And so I was wondering if you guys could do your best impersonations of each other.
Oh boy. What's up? I was in Canada. I was double fisting. Having a good double fist up my fisty. They don't call us the Fighting Irish for nothing.
And this is what actual David Haydn-Jones, not Ketch, is like, oh my god, I gotta do the numbers. Oh hey, y'all. I don't know if I can afford that, eh? No, we better take the bus. That's not really smart to use that kind of money. No more holidays for me. I'm,
Oh wow. I am.
we gotta be frugal in this world.
So you can be generous later, my friend. Thank you. There he is. He knows too much about my bank accounts. That was a deep dive into like Dave talking about Quicken. Thank you. Great question.
Because
we're working on it. We have actually been talking about this challenge for a while. So
for
we're
like
actually
2 years.
I know, but we're gonna actually lean into it this year. We got to do it.
Yeah,
just
we do. Okay.
Just do the actors challenge where we'll read the standardized copy.
Actors challenge
and
where
then
we
yeah. But
they're equally hard. Like because your accent is not.
Well, because I have a Frankenstein accent now. Like,
Yeah.
get a few beers in me, and I go back to Western Canada for my podunk days.
Yeah, he does. Eh?
Like
Speaks out the side of
when that is another. By the way, that's another reason that I would like stay in Ketch's accent. You get around that Canadian crew in Vancouver, You get all folksy all of a sudden. It just started coming out of me. Oh yeah, for frickin' rights, everybody. Let's go shoot a show and get a 2-4 after. Oh boy, imagine Ketch sounding like this, right? You frickin' wouldn't buy it, like.
You really wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't be scared of this guy.
No.
You'd be like, hey,
I'm going to shoot you if that's okay. Sorry.
oh, excuse me. Excuse me.
You wouldn't have shot me in the back of the head. You'd be I'm going to have to shoot you now, eh?
I'd be like, hey, my mom over there, she's real mad at me, and she told me to shoot you in the back of the head. I really don't want it. Want to go get a beer and have a snuggle later?
As long as you apologize for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fine.
I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay.
So sorry.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Aloha.
Hi,
What's your name?
I'm Jackie.
Hi, Jackie.
Hey, Jackie.
I'm from Wisconsin, and I want to say we were all really upset that we didn't get a new Aaron Rodgers, David State Farm commercial.
Oh,
for the
thank you.
Super Bowl.
We blew it. We had a bunch of them, so I mean, thank you. I was like, it was good fun. It was good fun.
And I was just wondering how that is different from working on Supernatural, because Aaron Rodgers and Jared Jensen are both such big, kind of well-known and loved people. Just working with
Like
them.
Jared and Jensen.
Aaron Rodgers isn't that loved in New England.
Right.
Damn Skippy.
I love him, by the way, but
The thing with me is, because I've known and met and worked with a handful of what we would call famous people at this point. I've never.
You're welcome.
Yeah. When you work with Adam, everyone after him is so much easier. Like that's the thing. His diva level is set at 11, so Aaron was about.
Are you going to
4.
do it like that, really? Oh my God.
I always just try to approach people as people. I don't buy into the hype or whatever. And Aaron just showed up as such a nice, humble, like very dry, sardonic guy. But he had actually done some homework on me. Like he'd gone to IMDb. Like he knew my bona fides. So he was showing up with respect to me. And then within like 15 minutes, we started talking about our comedy. And he's like a real comedy nerd. So we started talking about like our favorite movies and bits and stuff like that, and philosophy. And like once we had that rapport, like it was just play for the rest of the thing.
And that's your wheelhouse, right? Like improv is where you started.
That's right, sorry, sketch comedy and improv. So I was really comfortable in that world. And then when you just don't go, he's just a professional, I'm a professional, let's play. Like, because I think, especially with football guys, they would smell fear. So like
I'm
really.
not surprised I just shit myself.
Yeah, exactly. So I think I had to show up just kind of confident in what my skill set was, and once we established that, and then Mahomes is just the sweetest, nicest. Yeah, any KC folk in the house?
Super Bowl. He can throw a ball.
I really want Gabe to return with Patrick next season, like in a fur coat and just like a big like pimp hat with macaroni, just like celebrating. Yeah, I mean, they were both just amazing guys, very different energies, but it was fun to see them show up on set the same day and be just professionals as well, and just really like, you know, because when you're samurais at that level of the game, there's such a huge level of respect built in. So they were really nice, fun sets to work on. So no attitude, no ego at all. It was great. Thanks for your question.
Great.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello.
Who do we have here?
Hi, I'm Tiffany.
Hi, Tiffany.
Hello. So I was wondering, do you suppose that Mick survived the apocalypse world, and do you think he'd be bitter that Ketch didn't look for him?
That Ketch didn't, sorry?
That Ketch didn't look for him.
Yeah, I.
So you're talking about if there was an alternate Mick somewhere in Apocalypse World, correct?
Yeah. Yeah, he would be pissed. Because I think, like, you know, it's now hard to separate my friendship with David Haydn-Jones from the vitriolic hatred his character seemed to have for me on set. Well, you didn't write it. It's okay.
It wasn't hatred, though. It was just like...
It wasn't professionalism.
It was well, it was. For my boss. It was a hit. It was the Mafia, baby. No. Nothing against you, man.
But there was that scene that I was a bit of a dick to you when you
we didn't like it. Yeah, we didn't like each other, but I don't think we're anti each other either. We just had different ways of working.
Yeah.
And it was when the raid happened, that's when we actually was the fracture.
Yeah, that was the big fracture. The raid was the big Bobo
In
Burns.
case you haven't watched the show.
Bobo Burns.
We'll bring you up to speed.
But yeah, like he would be pissed. I'd love to see him like have survived. I would love to have. Obviously, I said it a lot of times. I don't think it's going to happen at this point of this year. So unfortunately, but I don't know that for sure either. So who knows? I might get a call tomorrow. But yeah, like I thought that he still had some. Despite him having a great arc, I'd always thought Mick had a great arc and finished at a high and was a real well-rounded character in the end. And I think. There's an argument to say that he served his time well and he deserved or was right for him to go when he went. But being the selfish person that I am as an actor, I'd love to have seen him come back, and I'd love to see what you're suggesting would have looked like. And I think he would have had a lot of bones to pick with Ketch, of course. Yeah, a lot of fucking bones.
True.
I thought you were going to give me a double entendre there.
It was too low-lying fruit.
Okay, well,
just like your balls. What? See, I stuck that in only for the front row. Hi.
Hi. I'm Gina.
Hi, Gina.
My question's for you, David. You talked a lot about Ketch's accent in the past and even today. How many iterations did he go through before you settled on the very prim and proper version we got in the show?
Yeah, so I actually, who here is watching The Boys? I had watched The Boys, yeah. So I actually went in very much like, what's his name?
Billy Butcher.
Billy. So I went in a leather jacket, scruff Carl Urban's Billy, right? Billy Butcher. So I actually went in as a Cockney, much like Adam, like an East End kind of bruiser.
Yeah, I'm glad you made the comparison between him and not me. Yeah, Sand.
No, I'm saying both of you in the wheelhouse. And then when I went to the callback, I had gotten the note to maybe make it more refined. And then the final one, they said, we want old school received pronunciation. We want the James Bond of Supernatural. So that's when I was like, oh, okay, I know this guy. They want him more refined. They want him like sort of a throwback to another era. So for me growing up, it was always sort of Roger Moore's sort of Americanized RP. And then I've said this before, I have a very posh uncle, like one of the last 3% in England. And we had been doing his accent since we were kids. So I kind of had that to draw on. And then sort of a little bit of, John Cleese from Monty Python's, those Basil, those toffee nosed.
Basil Fawlty.
Yeah, exactly. So a bit of a wink and a nod to a throwback era. And I sort of let it drop, and before I went into my final callback, I was in a full tux, and just because I leaned right in, I just said, fuck it, Well, I'm still wearing it now at dinner with Davey.
Didn't know you went in a tux, that's hilarious. Well,
I'm just gonna go take it, why not? And then And then right before I went into the room, I just said to myself quietly, Bond. James Bond. And I just sort of walked in.
Nice
And the rest is history.
That's
so
awesome.
Thanks for your question.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Hello.
Hello. I like to call myself the silver-haired diva, but people keep calling me Cheryl. So.
Okay, we'll call you.
Can I call you silver-haired diva?
SHD.
You got it. I was wondering, as
Should-
I'm sorry.
No, sorry.
Should.
Silver
Right in apostrophe. Should.
What's up, shit? Like
What's up,
such
shit?
night. Like such night.
What's up, shit?
Shit.
Hey,
What's up?
shit.
What's up?
Everybody just go around here this whole weekend. Hey, shit. What's going on, shit?
What's up, shit?
Cheryl, we're here for you. Sorry. We're silly boys.
You silly boys warm my heart.
Oh, well, thank you.
But I was wondering, as actors, if you had the opportunity to develop the relationship and the character arc that Mick Davies and Mr. Ketch went through in the show. If you had any time to do that, or...
You know, it's funny. It's a good question. A lot of the time, it's quite, because of time constraints and the amount of money it costs to shoot a day on television, it's respectful, and also the writers put a lot of work into what they write. So to deviate from that isn't very respectful, and it kind of causes some problems with other people responding to you, reacting to your acting or whatever. But that aside, I do think that as soon as Bobo or whoever might be writing an episode coming up with your character, they look at what you've done, especially if you're a new character on the show, and they work with what you've brought to their words in the first episode you've done it. They go, okay, this is interesting. See the way he's taking this. I never thought he would take it in this way. And then, not together. You don't consult, but like just.
I would refer to it kind of more as a feedback loop in television because you don't have rehearsal time. So they were seeing stuff that we were doing, and because they don't necessarily fully know where the characters are going to.
Yeah, exactly.
So then when they start to see the dailies and then starting to see episodes cut together, that gives them idea. Because we definitely got the confirmation on this from Eugenie and Bob. So they were definitely like, yeah, we were sort of finding it out, and then because that's the thing too. They don't know how you're going to show up in the character really until you start shooting your first scenes too. Like they hire you, but they're like, we'll see how it goes, and then they're like, they like where they see it, where it's going, and they like the dynamic. And I think it was a very interesting choice that they made us the reverse, sort of making the heavy posh, and then sort of the administrative academic, the Cockney guy. So I think they were making those choices, and then we sort of leaned into them. And I think a feedback loop is probably the best way to describe it.
And it is quite especially if you come from a theatre background, it's quite an eye-opening time when I first came to LA via Canada. I'd done a lot of TV, but my roots were still very grounded in theatre. And in theatre, you go in. You do an audition where you don't learn the scene off because it's normally like pages and pages for a theatre audition, and then you have 4 to 6 weeks to work on it with a director and with other cast members, so you get to really flesh out that character. In TV, you might have 2 days before an audition, or 3 days if you're lucky, whatever, and they're expecting the finished product to come into that door because they don't have the time. Especially if it's a guest star or a recurring or something that you're on unless you're a lead in the show, you might have a few months to prepare. But in general,
TV is the only world really in acting where, they want the product and your interpretation basically 95% out the door. They want your look and your take on it, and then you'll dabble a bit on set. But they're kind of like, we're hiring you because you have the closest take to what we had in our minds, and then we'll calibrate it on set. But it moves fast. You're shooting 8 and 9 pages a day, which I know that may not mean anything to you folks, but in film, a big film has a page a day.
Yeah, which is a minute in general.
Yeah.
Page is a minute. Like, if you do work in a soap, it's like you could be doing 60 pages.
You're doing like sometimes you're shooting a whole episode one day. Yeah. So great question. I hope that's not too nerdy for you.
And it reminds me of the story, Dave, that when I was I was working with this director who started off as an actor and he went to RADA in the UK, the Royal Academy of Dramatic Arts, and very respected school in London, and he came out of it, graduated top of his class, and he came out of it and had a meeting with Sir Peter Hall, the famous director, and he walks in the door and he sits down and he goes, "Yeah, you're not going to get it." And he goes, "What?" He goes, "You'll learn in this business." And he goes, "I'll tell you what, instead of reading the scene, you're not right for the role. Instead of reading the scene, I'll let you just talk and ask me any questions for the next 10 minutes. And the first question was like, "Why?" And he said, "Well, look, a director will always know the minute you walk in the door whether you're right or you're wrong. Now, you can lose the role by being shit, but your physicality, the way you walk, the way you just look."
I've said this for years, though, and there's a lot of actors who say this. Just before I start learning all these lines, bring me in for a 3-minute interview and my look and just my persona, how I present in the room. Because it's a bit of a drag in TV because they make you do all this work on spec and hope that you get the role, and you may not be ever the type that they're looking for. So I've always thought, like, I know some people do it, like, that you should just
Jeff
come in.
Brees says, he says you should pay actors for auditioning because then they would really whittle it down and probably do what you're suggesting first, if they had to pay you.
Like for the actual performance.
Yeah, sorry. Let's try and rattle through
Inside
these
sports.
last
I hear the band murmuring back there. Do we have one more question in us, folks? Yeah, we do.
Go.
Okay, hi.
Hi, my name's Jaden. Before I ask my question, I just wanted to say I found out that Ketch had the same birthday as me, so I found that really cool.
Oh! Ketch has the same birthday as you?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Did you like look closely on the forged documents? Is that what happened? Well, no, how do you know Ketch's birthday? It's from the Alexander Ketch.
It was on Wiki SPN.
Oh, it's just on the internet now, apparently.
One more.
So someone else did that work for you.
One more. So you're just standing there a long time. Go ahead.
My question was, do you guys ever look at edits that people make of you that are posted on Instagram?
I try to like and love as many edits all the time. So anyone who knows me is, I'm a huge fan of all you creatives and artists and all that stuff. It's like all the hearts in the world for this incredible community. So that's a huge yes from me.
Sorry, quick, go.
Hey, it's the band.
Hey,
I'm Chase. Go on, quick.
Hi, I'm Chase, and I was curious, what was the most evil thing Jensen and Jared ever did to you on set?
My very first day, Jared pretended not to understand what a word I was saying. He, like, over and over again, he would call for cut. And then he goes, "I don't understand," and I was going bright red, and I had no idea that it was a joke until I realized it was a joke.
I don't know if it was evil per se, but I think Jared's farts are pretty legendary. It's a fact.
They're awful.
And they're pretty awful. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen. Hey, thank you guys.
Adam Fergus and David Haydn-Jones. Thank you. All right.